Well, our paper, which is about the changing costs of diet in the developing world, its inspiration, its motivation comes from studies that we already have in the United Kingdom and the United States, which shows that over the last 20 to 30 years, the real cost of certain foods has become cheaper, and the real costs of other foods have gone up relative to those foods. Now, the foods we're really interested in here is the healthy items in the basket, above all fruit and vegetables, which in the US and the UK have tended to become more expensive over the last 20, 30 years, versus some of the processed foods. We've got two main findings, one which is supported strongly, and the one which is supported strongly is that the price of fruit and vegetables compared to other foods has tended to rise since 1990. Our second conclusion, which is a little weaker because we don't have quite as many price series to look at as we'd like to in order to state this more strongly, is compared to the fruit and vegetables, the price of many processed foods has been falling over these 20 years. So we have some support to the hypothesis that prices in those emerging economies have gone in similar directions to those seen in the UK and the US, and that therefore the cost of a healthy diet in those four countries has tended to be rising over these 20 years. We're very interested in these changing prices because clearly if a healthy diet becomes more expensive and a less healthy diet becomes cheaper, this may help explain why we believe that in many countries our diets are becoming worse, and this explains why we've got rising rates of obesity, where we've got obesity-related diseases and premature deaths. There is one country in the world which has taken the plunge, and that is Mexico. And in December 2013, the Mexican legislature put on a tax onto sugary, sweetened beverages, the sodas, the colas, of which Mexicans are extremely fond, and they put a tax onto foods that were very rich in energy in Mexico. That Mexican experience, of course, is less than 18 months old, and it's being very keenly monitored by scholars of obesity across the world to see whether those taxes are indeed influential in changing Mexico's diet and reducing the incidence of type 2 diabetes in Mexico. Now, we hope that our study can contribute to thinking about the possibilities for using taxes and subsidies, moderate taxes and subsidies, to nudge people's diets in the right direction.